11 killed as Myanmar protesters fight troops with handmade guns, firebombs, media.
Here's a summary of the article.
Initially, 6 truckloads of troops were deployed to quell protesters in the town of Tays, the Myanmar Now and Irrawaddy news outlets said. When the protesters fought back with handmade guns, knives and firebombs, 5 more truckloads of troops were brought in. Fighting continued into Thursday morning and at least 11 protesters were killed and about 20 wounded, the media said. Tays is near the town of Kale, where at least 12 people were killed in a similar clash between troops and protesters on Wednesday, according to news media and witnesses. Security forces fired live rounds, grenades, and machine guns on protesters who were demanding the restoration of Suu Kyi's government, AAPP said. They have handmade firearms. And now they came out with their weapons in order to protect the locals, while the people were under attack by the junta. The CRPH cannot stop the possible armed resistance by the people, from the people. The junta on Thursday arrested Pang Takhan, a model and actor who had spoken out against the coup, his sister told Reuters.
This post received a score of 14,000, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
I am afraid situation will get a lot worse for these people before it gets better.
Syrian here. 10 years in and the situation is surprisingly still getting worse each day.
I followed Syria closely in the early 2010s and it was absolutely brutal. My question at this point is how? I'm genuinely afraid of what rock bottom will be for this conflict.
Every once in a while we say that's it, we've really hit rock bottom now. That it can't get any worse than this. But to our surprise it does. The currency value have dropped almost 100 times. The dollar exchange rate was 45 liras around this time 10 years ago. Now it's 4,000 liras. A year ago it was 600. People now have to wait 6 to 8 hours at the gas station. And about 4 hours to buy bread. And so on. Governments around the world are busy fighting COVID-19 now. They don't have time for us. I can't blame them.
Stay strong, mate. Condolences for this horrid situation.
Thank you.
The media should stop calling it protesters fighting troops, it troops killing people. Myanmar's situation is verging a civil war. A war is two-sided. This is pretty much just the army massacring civilians.
Not the first time either. Remember the Rohingya genocide that was backed by the military?
Unfortunately, this won't be the last time either.
You can tell it's not foreign-backed resistance when the protesters don't have proper protest weapons. That'd depend on the foreign backing strategy. Perhaps people dying is part of the steps in the process, no disrespect intended.
The situation is getting more intense. I wonder how this ends.
It always ends in death and you can only hope that the dictators are included in those deaths. Yeah, and in either case it will probably get a lot worse before it gets better.
Alright, where's the campaign to give them copies of Expedient Homemade Firearms, the 9mm submachine gun, by Philip Luty?
I'd gladly do it.
Why not, I guess. They probably have hardware stores and hacksaws somewhere.
And surely a lathe and vertical mill somewhere.
That's not so likely, but the original Sten gun was designed to be built in garages with simple tools. The real problem tends to be ammo and organization.
Myanmar's military uses 5.56 NATO and 9x19. If they can make looties and can get some ammo from military defectors, sneak it from elsewhere, or have some form of foreign intervention happen in their favor, they may have something. But that's a pure hypothetical at the moment.
Protesters or troops killed.
11 protesters killed, 20 wounded. 0 troops killed.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.